Here's every single thing you need to know to run a profitable webinar funnel. And for those of you who don't know me yet, my name's Tommy, and just recently I've been able to help one of my clients reach over $200,000 running a webinar funnel. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into it. In this video, I'll show you, everything you need to know when it comes to the traffic, everything you need to know when it comes to the funnel, the presentation, the slides, and also the post webinar, which is super important. And I'll also run you through all the numbers that you need to be on the lookout for. So yeah, first things first, the traffic. So before you run a webinar funnel, obviously you need traffic, you need registrants, you need people to actually come and watch you present for them. Short form, so that's just your regular reels with a call to action. We usually do a ManyChat automation. So, we run through the normal video, and at the end, we tell them that, there's this live class happening this Sunday, or, whatever day you decide. And if they're interested, comment the word webinar, and I'll send you the registration. From there, they just comment the word, they go to the DMs, they click on the link that we sent them, and they land on the registration page to register. Same thing with stories. You want to story tell, either whether that's a head talking video, you're just talking about something, or a story sequence where you just type out and you can follow a couple frameworks. I don't want to get too much into the details, but pretty much you just want to story tell, and at the end, instead of call to actioning for them to DM you and that you have 5 spots left, you just call to action for a free class. So super simple, nothing crazy. If you've been running a different funnel, it's pretty much the same thing. Just instead, of driving them to the free training or to the DMs, you just tell them that there's a free class happening, and yeah, again, comment the keyword to get the registration. So same thing. Use some scarcity as well. You can use a spot scarcity, because some of the webinar softwares actually won't let you host unlimited amount of people. So you can use that for your advantage. Tell them that there's limited spots available, and yeah, to act fast. Important thing though, don't just randomly throw out a fake scarcity thing. It never helps, and yeah, most people know it's fake. So don't use fake scarcity. Make it at least legit, and yeah, don't look like a retard. Number 3 is long form. So this is gonna be your YouTube. So webinar funnels actually work really well with YouTube. So yeah, just at the end of your 15-minute YouTube video where you've been dropping some sauce, just funnel them into the registration page again. Drop it in your bio, in your description, and yeah, just tell people that there's this live class happening. There's gonna be a Q&A at the end. There's gonna be a lot of sauce dropping, and yeah, make sure to register. Email. So if you've been running some type of opt-in funnel before, maybe a free training funnel, or you've just been offering a lead magnet, and you've been collecting emails, you should have an email list. So definitely make sure to write emails and send people from the email list to the webinar as well. Those are already nurtured warm leads, pretty much, or depending on how long they've been on the list. But yeah, if you've been consistently sending them emails, they should be super warm and yeah, ready to hop on your webinar and ready to watch you for an hour and a half and pay you money for whatever offer uh there is at the end. But I'm not gonna go too much into details, but yeah, these are the most common traffic sources you can have. And number 5, and lastly, what you can also do if you don't have enough organic traffic, or you just want to make more money, you can run ads. And so when it comes to ads, what is really important is you got to know your numbers, and kind of what numbers you're going to be looking for. So I'm going to run you through that exactly right now. I've recently spent over 16K on ads, and here are the numbers that you should kind of be looking at. So for cost per registrant, as you can see, we've been getting around $3 to $4, which is actually very uncommon, and it's mainly because of our niche, I'd say. But for whatever offer you have, you should be looking at around $3 to $15. Usually, I'd say around the $10 mark. So that's your cost per registrant. The next metric that you should be looking at is the sign up rate. So on your funnel, if the sign up rate is anything below 20%, that, you should absolutely change it. It's either the positioning of the webinar, or, just the funnel looks absolutely terrible. But yeah, just, if it's under 20%, you should scrap that and create a new one. Ideally, you want to be around 30 to 35% sign up rate on the ads. The numbers are different for organic and paid. In this video, I'm just gonna give you like the rough estimates of those numbers. So sign up rate, if it's below 20, scrap it, create a new one. Next up, you want to track the show rate. So again, for paid only, I would aim for 30% show rate. If it's organic, you can get up to 50 easily. You should be at 50, if you're using all the things that I'll be talking about in a second. Next up, we have the stay until the pitch. So usually you would pitch around the 1 hour and 20-minute mark in your webinar. And pretty much what you want to track is how many people stay until that pitch. And so let's say you have 1,000 people on the webinar, if you only pitch to 500, your webinar is probably not very good, and maybe you're not a good presenter. And yeah, the presentation just sucks. So track that, and you'll know exactly what needs to be tweaked. If it's below 80% for the pitch, something's probably wrong, and people probably find you boring. So watch that. Next up, at the end, when you actually pitch the offer, whether that's book a call or buy on webinar. So this depends on which direction you choose to go. What I prefer, to be honest, are book a call funnels. So after the presentation, after the sauce and everything, you pitch them to book a call with you to talk more about whatever high ticket offer you have for them. The second option is directly buy on webinar. So you offer them some kind of mid-ticket offer. So, anything around $1,000. And yeah, the number that you should be looking at for a book call should be around 20%. Again, for paid, it should be around 10. For organic, it should be more. When it comes to buy, it's around 5 to 7%. Now, obviously these are like the bare minimums and the averages. We've actually had a 35% book a call rate on one of our webinars. So, it really depends on how good of a speaker you are. But yeah, these are the common numbers that you could be looking at. Now, what's actually interesting is the backend as well. And I've actually just recently found out about some crazy sauce, which apparently gets you a same conversion on the backend as on the front end. Meaning, let's say you had 1,000 people and you book 20%, so 200 calls. With this sauce that I've just learned, you should be able to get the same on the back end. So meaning after the webinar, using this follow-up secret sauce, you should be able to book approximately the same amount of calls, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, I'll tell you a little more once we get there. But yeah, that should be extra, 5 to 7% if you're doing a straight offer, or 10 to 20% if you're doing the book a call. So those are the numbers. Screenshot it, do whatever you want with it. This is the good guideline to have a profitable webinar funnel. So next up, now that we have the traffic, here's what we need next. So for the funnel, we have the landing page. So, if you've ran a VSL call funnel before, it's pretty much the same principles. But yeah, you want to include a clear, benefit-driven headline, so you know exactly what they learn on the webinar. Next, you want to have a little timer to add some scarcity, your information about the host, about the creator, about you. Show a bunch of testimonials of what results you've been able to get for people, what people that attended the class were able to do, and then just bullet points of what the attendees are gonna learn. Super simple, nothing crazy here. Next up, we have the confirmation page. Here you can get a little creative. You can include a confirmation video. What we do is we have a group chat link as well. So we just have a box like this. Join the WhatsApp group for more extra resources and information. And yeah, we just link it straight to our WhatsApp group chat, where we're just using it as an extra platform to send reminders, send extra resources, and yeah, just get them more nurtured and warm before the webinar. Next up, we have a calendar link. So, just a quick button where they can click it and add the event directly to their calendars. Some housekeeping rules, meaning, be in a quiet room, have your laptop, blah, blah, blah. And lastly, the actual webinar link that they can save and bookmark to be able to join. Next is the nurture sequence. So, obviously you want to have the SMS and email sequence. And yeah, you just want to send them, reminder emails, and don't just make them, your class starts in 1 day, your class starts in 2 days. Actually do some, decent copy there. Talk about common pain points, talk about, where they want to be, talk about testimonials, why they should be on the class, what they'll get from the class, that there's a special bonus if they stay on the class, etc., etc. Just basically make them super, super hyped up for the class, and pretty much follow the, same hammer them strategy as you would for a pre-call sequence. So yeah, I just want to, handle their objections, and yeah, just make them super hyped up to hop on the class. Next up, we have the actual presentation. So I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but pretty much what you want to do is have this little framework. So, what they'll actually learn. You show them the proof of, that what they're about to learn has helped X, Y, Z, do X, Y, Z. You want to tell them about your story. You want to be as much relatable as possible. And then you want to frame them a little more into the presentation and, what's about to happen. Then there's the actual sauce part. Quick note here, this part before the sauce is gonna be around 30 minutes where you're just, framing them and getting them ready for the actual sauce. Now the sauce is gonna be around another 30 to 50 minutes, where you just wanna, make sure to give them a lot of value, give them a lot of sauce. Make sure they're taking notes like crazy, and yeah, just give them a lot of actionable stuff. And the goal here is to pretty much for them to be like, holy shit, this guy's an absolute beast. I love him. I would give him all my money right now. So next up, there's the transition. So, slowly from the sauce, you transition into, this is usually done with the crossroads. So, either you have option A, you can, leave and do nothing. Option B, you can do this on your own and face all the problems. Or option C, you can get my help on it and take the fast route, take the safe route, blah, blah, blah. Just, take the best route possible for you, pretty much, where, yeah, you're gonna offer your offer and have them take action into it. So after that, after you've CTA'd, what you can do here, which is super helpful, is a live student intro. So what that means is if you can, bring one of your star students on the actual class and have them talk about, how their experience working with you have been, what type of transformation they've been through. And this just helps with the credibility like crazy. Because, imagine you're live with the creator, but it's not only him, it's also his actual student, and you can ask him questions and he's going to answer you in real time of exactly how the experience is, inside what you're about to get into. So yeah, this is super powerful. Do this. And lastly, the Q&A, have that's pretty much objection handling on the webinar. You can handle one objection, and probably more people have that same objection. So, it might be the thing that's stopping them from booking a call. So do that. And yeah, this is super quick on the actual presentation. But yeah, if you follow this, you should have your calendars absolutely booked or your money stacked up from the webinar. Now, for the actual follow-up, you obviously have the basic stuff as, email for every single situation. So you have the people that showed up, you have the people that didn't show up, you have the people that showed up but didn't stay until the pitch, you have the people that, stayed until the pitch but didn't take action, didn't book a call. You have people that booked the call but, didn't show up. All these different scenarios, you want to make sure you have a email sequence to all of them, and basically to just rebook them back, or downsell them to the low ticket if they're unqualified. But yeah, make sure to have these automations in place. And of course, the sales team as well. You want to make sure your setters are dialing every single lead, and you want to take them from the warmest to the coldest. meaning you'll probably want to start with people that have stayed until the pitch, then the people that left behind, or you can pretty much sort them from how long they've stayed on the class, and you just dial the ones that stay the longest, and you go down the funnel to the ones that are coldest. So yeah, just treat it as a normal opt-in funnel. These are all leads. Some of them are warmer, some of them are colder, but yeah, those that are warm, that have been just through 90 minutes of your sales presentation, you should absolutely dial them all up and make sure to, get them to take action. Now, for the actual secret sauce, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna gatekeep a little bit here, but I want to try it for myself first. But apparently, if you implement that, you should be able to get the same conversion percentage as on the front end, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm gonna be respectful of the person that dropped this sauce, and um, I'm not gonna leak it here on YouTube. But I'm gonna try it for myself, and I'll let you guys know how it went. If you're, running a webinar funnel and you're doing good and you want to do even better, you can message me. Maybe if I like you, I'm gonna help you out and drop the sauce too. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And for those of you who want to run a webinar funnel but don't know how, or just want help with it, obviously, I do that. So you can message me. I'll leave my Instagram down below in the description. There's gonna be my Calendly link as well, so you can directly book a call with me. We can talk, we can see if I can help you out, and if so, sweet. It would be fire. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. I'm gonna be back dropping weekly videos, specifically on webinars, just dropping sauce. So if you're interested in that, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.